Chapter 1. Brave Columbus. Most people thought that the earth was flat during the time of Christopher Columbus. Columbus and a few others from Portugal thought that the earth was round. Columbus knew a lot about ships and the seas as he was a cartographer. He wanted to sail around the world in a ship of his own. Columbus did not have money to build his own ship, so he asked the King of Portugal and the kings of other countries to help him. He promised to bring back rich silks, gems, and other treasures from the east for them, but all the kings refused to help him. At last, Queen Isabella of Spain felt sorry for him. She decided to help Columbus. She got 3 ships and some sailors for him. Columbus set sail west across the Atlantic Ocean with those 3 ships. Many people thought that the ships would never come back. Some of them thought that the earth was flat and the ships would sail to the end and fall off. Others thought that the ships would get lost as there were no maps to tell the directions. The journey that Christopher Columbus made was long and hard. He was brave, and so were many of his crew members. But some of the crew members were afraid. As time went by, more and more of the crew members became afraid. They wanted to return, but Columbus refused. Just when some of them decided to listen to Columbus, they saw land. They had come to an island. Columbus thought that he had reached the west coast of India. However, it was not India, but one of the islands we now call the West Indies. As no one had travelled to the west till then, no one knew about the big islands of North and South America. Chapter 2. Witty Beeble. There are many famous stories about Beeble and Emperor Akbar. But do you know how Beeble became one of the 9 gems of Akbar's court? Once Beeble heard that Akbar awarded wise people, so he wanted to meet him. One day he went to the palace to meet Akbar. At the gate of the palace, he was stopped by a guard. The guard asked him, "Where are you going? Whom do you want to meet?" Beeble told him that he wanted to meet Emperor Akbar, but the guard did not let him enter the palace. The guard wanted money in return for giving Beeble permission to see the emperor, but Beeble had no money to pay him. He said, "If the emperor is pleased with me, I will give you half of what I receive from him." He was permitted by the guard to go in. Beeble was witty and intelligent. Soon he was able to get a place in the heart of Akbar and became his favorite. Akbar was pleased with Beeble and said, "I will give you anything you ask for. What do you want?" At this, Beeble said, "Your Majesty, kindly whip me 100 times." Akbar was surprised to hear this strange request. He asked, "Do you really want to be whipped?" "Yes, Your Majesty," said Beeble. Akbar ordered a soldier to whip Beeble. When Beeble was about to be whipped, he shouted, "Stop!" Akbar asked, "What happened? Have you changed your mind?" Beeble said, "No, Your Majesty. I have promised to give a friend half of what I receive from you. May I have your permission to call him?" Beeble got permission to call the guard inside the palace. Akbar was surprised when the guard came in. Beeble said, "Your Majesty, this is the guard who did not let me enter your palace until I promised to give him half of what I would receive from you." Akbar understood everything. He became flushed with rage. He ordered, "Let him have the whole price." The guard was whipped 100 times. The emperor made Birbal one of his ministers. He held a special place in the court of Chapter 3. Help the Needy. Harshit and Yash are good friends. They always celebrate New Year with great joy. They buy gifts on the eve of every New Year to exchange with each other and to give other friends too. They wanted to do something new for the previous New Year. On the eve of New Year, they went to the market to buy gifts. They were very happy with the gifts they bought. On the way back home, they saw a poor boy wearing torn clothes. He was standing near a sweet shop. He wanted sweets, but the shopkeeper was not paying any attention to him, as the boy had no money to buy sweets with. The boy walked off sadly when the shopkeeper did not pay attention to him. Harshit and Yash understood everything. They followed the boy and saw him entering an orphanage. They came home and told their mothers about the poor boy. They wanted to share their gifts with the children at the orphanage. Their mothers gave them some sweets, clothes, and shoes to take to the orphanage. The next day was New Year Day. Both the friends got together and went to the orphanage. They took with them sweets, clothes, and other gifts. They presented the gifts to the children there and wished them a happy New Year. The children at the orphanage were very happy with the gifts. This was the happiest New Year for both the friends. They felt very happy to have spent time at the orphanage. Chapter 4. India, our motherland. The country in which we are born and with which we have a feeling of strong emotional connection is called our motherland. We live in India, so India is our motherland. India is also called Bharat and Hindustan. India is a land of mountains, forests, and rivers. Pious rivers like the Ganga and the Yamuna flow here. In the north, there are the ranges of the Himalayan mountains. There are dense forests in these mountains. Many medicinal plants and trees grow here. We get a variety of fruits, vegetables, medicines, and herbs from these plants and trees. These forests are a home to many types of birds and wild animals. Peacocks, lions, elephants, tigers, etc. are found here. To the south of India is the Indian Ocean. There are 29 states and 7 union territories in India. Jammu and Kashmir is in the north. Tamil Nadu is in the south. West Bengal is in the east. Gujarat is in the west. Jammu and Kashmir is called paradise on earth. People of different religions and cultures live here in peace. The Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, and Christians live here harmoniously and celebrate every festival with great enthusiasm and fervor. New Delhi is the capital of India. The President, Prime Minister, and other ministers live here. There are many famous buildings in India. Some of them are the Rashtrapati Bhavan, the Parliament House, the Red Fort, Qutub Minar, India Gate, the Supreme Court, Jantar Mantar, Akshardham Temple, and Jama Masjid in Delhi. The Jama Masjid is the biggest mosque in India. Other important cities of India are Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, and Bengaluru. In olden days, there were many great kings who ruled our country. Ashoka, Akbar, Harshvardhan, etc. were some of them. Later, the British ruled over India. The Indian people were like slaves under the British rule. There were many great leaders who fought against the British rule. Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and Lala Lajpat Rai were some of the important leaders. Our motherland got freedom from the British rule on August 15, 1947 due to the efforts of countless freedom fighters. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru became our first Prime Minister and hoisted the tricolour Tiranga at the Red Fort in Delhi. This is why on this day, every year, we celebrate Independence Day. India adopted her own constitution on January 26, 1950 and became a republic. Now, our motherland is independent and we should all strive to keep it so. As a good citizen, we should love our motherland and work for the progress of our country. I wonder why the grass is green and why the wind is never seen. Who taught the birds to build a nest and told the trees to take a rest? Oh, when the moon is not quite round, where can the missing bit be found? Who lights the stars when the sun blows out and makes the lightning flash about? Who paints the rainbow in the sky and hangs the fluffy clouds so high? Why is it now, do you suppose, that Dad won't tell me if he knows? Jeannie Kirby. Chapter 1. Articles. A, an, and the are called articles. The articles a and an are used only before singular countable nouns. The is used with plural nouns also. We use a before words beginning with consonant sounds. Read the example. A mango, a girl, a dog, a boy, a tree, a tortoise, a table, a flower. We use an before words beginning with vowel sounds. A, E, I, O, U. Read the examples. An apple, an egg, an ox, an orange, an X, an ant, an umbrella, an aeroplane. Let us learn how to use the article the. We use the before a noun which is only one of its kind. For example, the sun gives us light. We use the before a noun already known to us. For example, the wall is high. We use the before names of rivers and mountains. For example, the Ganga is a long river. The Himalayas are very high. We use the before historical buildings. For example, the Taj Mahal is in Agra. Chapter 2. Sentences. A group of words which makes complete sense is called a sentence. Read the following groups of words. Works Rohan hard score to good marks. Very he tired is. Do the above groups of words make sense? Do they have any meaning? No, they do not make sense. They do not have any meaning. Now look at the following groups of words. Rohan works hard to score good marks. He is very tired. Now, the above groups of words make sense. They are, therefore, called sentences. Subject and predicate. We can divide a sentence into two parts. Subject, predicate. The person or thing we talk about in a sentence is called the subject of the sentence. For example, the boy hit the ball. In the above sentence, we are talking about a boy. The boy is the subject. All that we say about the subject is called the predicate of the sentence. In the above sentence, hit the ball is the predicate. Read the subject and predicate in the following sentences carefully. Subject, predicate. I went to Kolkata. She dances beautifully. The birds are chirping. The mango is ripe. Chapter 3. Capital letters and punctuations. Capital letter. Let us learn how to use the capital letter. A sentence always begins with a capital letter. You are my best friend. proper nouns begin with a capital letter. New Delhi is the capital of India. Names of the days of the week begin with a capital letter. She came to my house on Friday. Names of the months of the year begin with a capital letter. He will come in May. Names of mountains begin with a capital letter. The Himalayas lie in the north. Names of rivers begin with a capital letter. The Ganga is a very long river. Punctuation marks, full stop, comma, semicolon, questions mark, etc. are called punctuation marks. In this chapter, we will study about the uses of full stop and question mark. Full stop, question mark. A simple sentence ends with a full stop. For example, we play cricket every Sunday. He is a good player. A sentence that asks a question ends with a question mark. For example, what are you doing? Are you okay? Chapter 4. Conjunctions. Conjunctions are words which are used to join two words or two sentences. For example, and, but, and, or. And joins two different words or sentences together. But is used to join sentences that have opposite ideas. Or is used to join words or sentences when we want to give a choice. Read the examples given below. Varun and Tarun are friends. Himanshu is tall, but his brother is short. You can take milk or juice. Is the ball big or small? In the above sentences, the words and, but, and, or have been used to join words or sentences together. Chapter 5. Contractions. When two words are shortened to make one word, an apostrophe is used to indicate that a letter or letters have been taken out. The word thus formed is called contraction or short form. Let us read the examples. I am, I'm. He is, his. You are, your. They are, their. We have, we have. We are, we are. She is, she's. It is, it's. I have, I've. You have, you've. Chapter 8. Comprehension. Read the following passage carefully. Nina is happy today. She is going for a picnic with her schoolmates. Her mummy packs her a small bag with many things to eat and drink, like wafers, biscuits, chocolates, cold drink bottles, etc. Nina is going by the school bus. The children reach a beautiful picnic spot outside city. There is a lake with trees all around. There are birds of all kinds and colors. There are many people at the picnic spot. Nina and her friends watch the birds. They play all kinds of games. They enjoy their snacks and drinks. They take rest. Now it is time for a boat ride. The boat ride is real fun. Nina returns home with sweet memories of the picnic. Chapter 1. Geometry. Plane figures. Look at these shapes. There is only one face in a plane figure. The face has sides. The sides meet at the corners or vertices. Triangle, square, rectangle, oval, and circle are examples of plane figures. Description of plane figures. Triangle. A triangle has 3 sides and 3 corners called vertices. Examples are square. A square has 4 sides and 4 corners. All the sides of a square are equal. Examples are rectangle. A rectangle has 4 sides and 4 corners. The opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. Examples are circle. A circle has no sides and no corners. It is a closed curve. Examples are oval. An oval too has no sides and no corners. Examples are solid figures. Figures having more than one face are called solid figures. In the solid figures, the portion of an object we see and touch is called its surface. A surface can be flat or curved. The front of a blackboard, the top of a table, and the top of a book are examples of plane surfaces. A surface that is round rather than flat is called a curved surface. The surface of a tomato and a football are examples of curved surface. Solids with plane surfaces. A cuboid has 8 vertices, 12 edges, and 6 faces. At least 4 faces of a cuboid are rectangular in shape. Opposite faces and opposite edges of a cuboid are equal. Examples are cube. A cube also has 6 faces, 8 vertices, and 12 edges. All faces and edges are equal. Each face of a cube is a square. Examples are solids with curved surfaces. Sphere. A sphere has only one face, no edges, and no corners, vertices. Examples are cone. A cone has one edge, 2 faces, and 1 vertex. It has 1 curved surface and 1 plane surface. Examples are cylinder. A cylinder has 3 faces, 2 edges, and no vertex. It has 2 plane surfaces and 1 curved surface. Examples are lines. Take a piece of paper, fold one side onto the opposite side, press it to get a crease, unfold it. The crease gives an idea of a line. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3. When we move a pencil along the edge of a book, we get a line. Straight lines. The lines we get by drawing along the edges of the tabletop, the edges of a blackboard, and edges of a book are some examples of straight lines. Drawing a straight line. Put a ruler on a piece of paper and hold it firmly with one hand. With the other hand, hold and move a pencil along the edge of the ruler. Remove the pencil and the ruler and observe. The marking of the pencil on the paper is a straight line. Types of lines. There are 3 main types of straight lines: horizontal lines, vertical lines, slanting lines. Remember, drawing of lines using a ruler always gives straight lines. Curved lines. The lines which are not straight are called curved lines. The following lines are curved. Examples of curved lines. Lines we get by drawing along the edge of a bangle, coin, bottle cap, etc. are examples of curved lines. Chapter 2. Measuring length. When we find out how long an object is or how far an object is, we call it as its measuring length. Non-standard units of measuring length. In our day-to-day life, we measure the lengths of various objects such as an electric wire, cloth, rope, etc. In olden times, people used their body parts to measure the length of various objects. The length of the tabletop is 7 handspans. Width of the ribbon is 4 fingers. The length of the garden is 25 paces. The length of the wall is 4 cubits. These body parts differ from person to person, so these are non-standard units of measuring length and distance. Standard units of measuring length. Read and learn. The 2 children measure the lengths of the same pencil in different ways. The length of the pencil is 5 paper clips. The length of the pencil is 3 keys. We find that both the children find different lengths of the pencil. To avoid these differences, we measure length with a unit which is same for everyone. This is called a standard unit of measurement. The standard unit of measuring length is meter. In short, it is written as m. To measure length, we use a wooden or iron rod called a meter rod. A meter rod is divided into 100 equal parts. The length of each part is called a centimeter. In short, it is written as cm. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. The height of the plant is about 1 meter. The length of the cloth is more than 1 meter. Using the meter rod, we can find the length of an object, the height of an object, and the distance between two objects. The following are other kinds of meter scales in use. It is a meter scale used by masons and carpenters. It is a meter scale used by tailors. Here is a ruler that you find in your geometry box. It is 15 centimeter long. The ruler is useful in measuring small distances and objects of smaller lengths and heights. How to use a ruler? To measure the length of an object using a ruler, we place the object alongside the ruler, with one end of the object at the 0 mark on the ruler. We take the reading at the other end of the object. This gives us the length of the object. A ruler, as shown above, gives us the length in centimeters. So, the length of the pencil is 12 centimeter. Addition of length measures. Add 40 meter 35 centimeter and 22 meter 41 centimeter. Step 1. Write the numbers under meter and centimeter columns. Step 2. Add the centimeter. 35 centimeter plus 41 centimeter is equal to 76 centimeter. Step 3. Add the meter. 40 meter plus 22 meter is equal to 62 meter. So the sum is 62 meter 76 centimeter. Subtraction of length measures. Subtract 74 meter 15 centimeter from 88 meter 36 centimeter. Step 1. Subtract the centimeter. 36 centimeter minus 15 centimeter is equal to 21 centimeter. Step 2. Subtract the meter. 88 meter minus 74 meter is equal to 14 meter. So the difference is 14 meter 21 centimeter. Chapter 3. Measuring weight. We weigh things to find out how heavy they are. Often we tell the heavier or lighter things just by observing, holding, or using balance scales. We get different results for the weight of the same object. To weigh accurately, we use standard units of measurement. Standard units of measuring weight. When we purchase wheat, pulses, fruits, rice, etc., the shopkeeper measures them with the help of a balance and weights. He measures the weight of an object in kilograms. Small quantities are measured in grams. In short, we denote kilograms by kg and grams by g. 1000 grams make 1 kg. The following are different types of weights in use. 50 gram, 100 gram, 200 gram, 500 gram, 1 kilogram, 2 kilogram, 5 kilogram, 10 kilogram, 20 kilogram, 50 kilogram. Weight of a packet of sugar is 250 gram. 1000 gram is equal to 1 kilogram. Weight of the potatoes is 2 kilogram. Some other types of weighing scales are shown below. Addition of weight measures. We add units of weight in the following ways. Add 22 kg, 248 gram and 46 kg, 472 gram. Step 1. Arrange the numbers in respective columns. Step 2. Add the grams. 248 gram plus 472 gram is equal to 720 gram. Step 3. Add the kilograms. 22 kg plus 46 kg is equal to 68 kg. Thus, the sum is 68 kg, 720 gram. Subtraction of weight measures. Subtract 18 kg, 38 gram from 26 kg, 340 gram. Step 1. Arrange the numbers in the respective columns. Step 2. Subtract the grams. 340 gram minus 38 gram is equal to 302 gram. Step 3. Subtract the kilograms. 26 kg minus 18 kg is equal to 8 kg. Thus, the difference is 8 kg, 302 gram. Chapter 4. Measuring capacity. Substances like water, milk, oil, etc. are called liquid. The quantity of liquid that a vessel can hold is called its capacity. We can observe the capacity of a vessel by observing or by measuring. The cup holds less tea than the thermos. The two cups have an equal capacity. The jug holds more water than the glass. To measure the capacity of a container, say a bucket, we can use small vessels such as a jug, mug, glass or bottle as units of measurement. Look at the following examples. Suppose 7 jugs, 22 glasses or 12 mugs fill the bucket. Then we say that the capacity of the bucket is 7 times the capacity of the jug. The capacity of the bucket is 22 times the capacity of the glass. The capacity of the bucket is 12 times the capacity of the mug. We observe that using different vessels to measure the capacity of a bucket gives us different results. So, there is a need for some standard unit that gives the same result of measurement no matter who measures the capacity. The capacity of a vessel is expressed in liters. The capacity of a small vessel is expressed in milliliters. We denote liters by L and milliliters by ml. 1000 milliliters make 1 liter. 1000 milliliter is equal to 1 liter. Containers used for measuring milk are given below: 50 milliliter, 100 milliliter, 200 milliliter, 500 milliliter, 1 liter, 1000 milliliter, 2 liter, 2000 milliliter. Containers used for measuring petrol and other oils are given below: 50 milliliter, 100 milliliter, 200 milliliter, 500 milliliter, 1 liter, 2 liter, 5 liter. Addition of capacity measures.
Don't forget to write the correct units in your answer.
Let us add 46 liter, 250 milliliter and 38 liter, 400 milliliter. Step 1. Arrange the numbers in the respective columns, one below the other. Step 2. First add the milliliters, then add the liters. Answer is 84 liter, 650 milliliter. Subtraction of capacity measures. Let us subtract 15 liter, 300 milliliter from 27 liter, 450 milliliter. Step 1. Arrange the numbers in respective columns, one below the other. Step 2. First subtract the milliliters, then subtract the liters. Answer is 12 liter, 150 milliliter. Chapter 5. Time. A watch or a clock tells us the time. Look at the face or dial of the clock shown below. The face or dial of the clock is equally divided into 12 zones or divisions marked from the numbers 1 to 12. The clock has two hands, short hand and long hand. The long hand is called the minute hand. It takes 1 hour to complete the round of the clock. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. The short hand is called the hour hand. It takes 12 hours to complete the round of the clock. In the clock shown above, the hour hand is at 3 and the minute hand is at 12. We say that the time by the clock is 3 o'clock. In the clock shown on the right, the hour hand is at 9 and the minute hand is at 12. We say that the time by the clock is 9 o'clock. Half past. When the minute hand of a clock points to 6, the hour hand moves just halfway between two consecutive numbers. This is called half an hour or half past the hour. Look at this clock. The hour hand is between 5 and 6. The minute hand is at 6. The time is 5:30 or half past 5. Half an hour means 30 minutes. The clock shows that 30 minutes have passed after 5 o'clock. Quarter past. When the minute hand of a clock points to 3, the hour hand will slightly move from its position. This is called quarter of an hour or quarter past the hour. Look at this clock. The hour hand is little ahead of 1. The minute hand is at 3. The time is 1:15 or quarter past 1. That means 15 minutes have passed after 1 o'clock. Today, yesterday and tomorrow. Today is the present day. Yesterday is the day before the present day. Tomorrow is the day after the present day. Today, yesterday, tomorrow. Suppose today is the first day of your school in this week. It is obvious that the day must be Monday. Day before Monday is Sunday. So, on Monday, we say that it was Sunday yesterday. Day after Monday is Tuesday. So, on Monday we say that it will be Tuesday tomorrow. Similarly, on Saturday we say that today is Saturday. It was Friday yesterday and it will be Sunday tomorrow. Long and short duration. We observe in our daily life that some activities take a long time to finish, while some others take less time. We know roughly how long an activity will take to finish. Examples: taking breakfast takes a few minutes. The summer vacations are usually for 1.5 months. It takes 1 year from one Independence Day to another. Taking a bath takes about 10 minutes. Months of the year. There are 12 months in a year. These are serial number, names of the months, number of days. 1. January 31. 2. February 28 or 29. 3. March 31. 4. April 30. 5. May 31. 6. June 30. 7. July 31. 8. August 31. 9. September 30. 10. October 31. 11. November 30. 12. December 31. The year completely divisible by 4 is called a leap year. A leap year has 366 days. Year 2012 is divisible by 4. So, it was a leap year and its February month was of 29 days. The year which is not a leap year is called an ordinary year. An ordinary year has 365 days.
April, June, September and November have 30 days. Rest of the months have 31 days. February alone has 28 days in an ordinary year and 29 days in a leap year.
Calendar. Calendar is the record of all the dates and days of a year. Thus, it shows the months, weeks, and days in a year. Look at the calendar shown below. Seasons. The year is divided into 5 seasons. These seasons are autumn, spring, summer, rainy, winter. We can enjoy all the seasons in India. To understand these seasons, study the following table. Season comes in the month of, stays till the month of spring, March, April, summer, May, June, rains, July, September, autumn, October, November, winter, December, February. Chapter 6. Money. We need money to buy things that we need. In India, money is in the form of rupees and paise, which is counted in the form of coins and notes. The notes and coins which are in use are called currency. The coins we use are 50 paise, 1 rupee, 2 rupee, 5 rupee, 10 rupees. The notes we use are 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 50 rupees, 100 rupees, 500 rupees, 1000 rupees. 1 rupee and more than 1 rupee is written in short as. Paise is written in short as P. Addition and subtraction of money. Addition. For adding 2 or more amounts of money, we simply add their numbers. Observe the following examples. Subtraction. For subtracting an amount of money from the bigger amount, we simply subtract their numbers. Chapter 1. The Moon and the Stars. Moon. We can see the moon in the sky at night. It comes in a different shape every night. Though the moon shines at night, it has no light of its own. Landing onto the moon. 3 men landed on the moon in 1969. Neil Armstrong was one of them. He was the first man to step on the moon. After him, many people have landed on the moon. They have brought photographs, soil, and pieces of rocks from the moon. There is no life on the moon because there is no air to breathe and water to drink on the moon. Stars. We see many stars twinkling in the sky at night. The stars are big balls of fire. There are millions of stars in the sky. Some stars are bright and some are dull. Some stars look big and some look small. The stars are much bigger than the moon and the earth, but they look small because they are very far away from the earth. We cannot see the stars during the daytime. It is because the sun is very bright. The sun is also a star. It is the nearest star to the earth. Points to remember. The moon looks different in sizes every night. The stars look very small because they are very far away from us. On some nights we cannot see the moon. Neil Armstrong was the first man to step on the moon. Chapter 2. Components of the Earth. Our Earth consists of rocks, soils, and minerals. Let us study about them. Rocks. Rocks are found almost everywhere. They are found in the hills, in the mountains, and in the valleys. They are also found under rivers and seabeds. Rocks are of many kinds and colors. Some rocks are soft and some are hard. Hard rocks are mostly used for construction purposes. Marble, granite, and sandstone are hard rocks. Marble is a hard rock. It can be black, white, green, or pink. The Taj Mahal is built of white marble. Granite is also a very hard rock. It is used to make floors. Sandstone is also a hard rock. It can be yellow, grey, brown or red in color. It is not as hard as marble or granite. The Red Fort in Delhi is made up of red sandstone. Slate, coal and chalk are soft rocks. We use coal in steam engines and chalk to write on the blackboards. We use slate to make the roofs of houses. Soil. The uppermost soft layer of the earth's surface is soil. All plants grow in the soil and get water and minerals from it. Soil also gives them a firm support to stand erect. Soil is also used for making mud houses and pots. Minerals. Different minerals combine to make rocks. Minerals are of different shades, shapes and sizes. Iron, gold, talc, graphite and china clay are minerals. Minerals are needed to make a variety of things we use every day. Mirrors are made up of silver and silica. China clay is used to make pots and sculpture. Chalk is made up of limestone. The middle of the pencil is made up of graphite. Gemstones. Gemstones are very expensive as they are very beautiful. They are very hard minerals. In their original forms, gemstones do not look beautiful. These are cut in various shapes and then polished. These are used commonly in jewelry, diamond, garnet, sapphire, ruby and emerald are gemstones. Do you know the scientist who studies rocks is called a geologist? Points to remember. The earth is formed of rocks and soils. Granite, marble and sandstone are hard rocks. The Taj Mahal is made of white marble. All rocks are made up of minerals. Minerals are needed to make a variety of things. Chapter 3. Houses of different types. House is one of our basic needs. Everyone needs a house to live in. Houses protect us from heat, cold and rain. Types of houses. People live in different types of houses. Let us know about them. Kacha house. Kacha houses are made of mud, straw and bamboo. These houses are weak and last for a short time. These houses are generally found in villages. A wooden house is also a kacha house. A kacha house is also called a temporary house. Pakka house. Pakka houses are very strong. They last for many years. These houses are also called metalled houses. Pakka houses are made of bricks, cement and steel. They are therefore called permanent houses. Kinds of roofs. The roofs of houses are of different kinds. Some roofs may be flat while some may be sloping. At some places it rains or snows most of the time. At such places people make sloping roofs. Sloping roofs help rainwater and snow slide down quickly. In plains, people make houses with flat roofs. Some special houses. Houseboat. A floating house on water is called a houseboat. These houses are found in lakes. Tourists visit Kashmir to enjoy their stay in houseboats. Igloo. Some people live in the Arctic regions around the North Pole. There is snow everywhere. So, these people make houses of snow to live in. These houses are called igloos. Snow houses or igloos have hemispherical roofs. Tent. A tent is made of canvas. It is portable. It can be folded easily. It is a temporary house. Nowadays, tents are made of synthetic materials. Tents are mainly used by mountaineers and army jawans during camping. Caravan. Some people move from place to place in search of food and water. These people are known as nomads, Banjara. These people live in houses having wheels. These houses are called caravans. Points to remember. A kacha house is made of straw, bamboo and mud. A pakka house is made of cement, steel, stones and bricks. A houseboat is a floating house. A house with wheels is known as a caravan. Chapter 4. Bones and Muscles. The human body is made up of bones and muscles. Bones and muscles hold all the parts of our body together. These bones and muscles are covered with skin. Together they give our body its shape. The skeleton. The framework of bones in our body is called the skeleton. The skeleton lies under the skin. Without a skeleton, we would not be able to stand straight. Bones. If you press your head, you will feel something hard. This hard part is the bone. Bones give shape and support to our body. They make the skeleton of a man. Bones are hard and stiff. There are 206 bones in the body of an adult human being. Some parts of our body feel soft. They do not have any bone. Our stomach and tongue do not have any bone. The point where two or more bones join together is called a joint. The joints help us to bend our body. Muscles. Muscles help us to move our body. These are attached to the bones. The bones and muscles work together. They help us in running, walking, swimming, and cycling. There are more than 600 muscles in our body. Some muscles are big like the muscles of our arms and legs. Some muscles are small like the muscles that move our eyes. There are muscles in our heart and stomach also, keeping our bones and muscles strong. Bones and muscles are a very important part of our body. We can keep them fit and healthy in the following ways. Exercise. Exercise makes our muscles stronger, so we should exercise regularly. Swimming, cycling, and playing are good exercises. Skipping is also a good exercise. Body posture. The manner in which we sit, stand, or walk is called our posture. We should sit, stand, or walk straight. Points to remember. The framework of bones in our body is called the skeleton. The skeleton lies under the skin. Bones are hard and give shape and support to our body. Muscles help us to move our body. Chapter 5. Eat healthy food. Food helps us to grow. It gives energy to our body. It also keeps us healthy and active. We cannot live without food. Food is very necessary and important for us. Different types of food. Different types of food help us in different ways. Therefore, we should eat different types of food in the right quantity. Some foods give us energy. We use energy to work and play. Rice, bread, butter, and sugar give us energy. They are called energy-giving foods. Some foods help our body to grow. Milk, meat, fish, eggs, and pulses, dal, help our body to grow. They also make our bones and muscles strong. They are called body-building foods. Some foods protect us from diseases and keep us healthy. These foods include fruits and vegetables. They are known as protective foods. Good food habits. We should eat fresh and clean food. Dirty food may have germs, dust, or dirt. It can make us sick. We should eat our breakfast, lunch, and dinner at fixed times. We must drink 8 glasses of water every day. Clean food helps us to stay healthy. It helps us to grow well. We use our hands to eat, so we must wash our hands with soap and water before and after every meal. We must chew our food well and eat slowly. We should not buy food from street vendors. This food contains dust and flies. We should brush our teeth in the morning and at night. Brushing helps to clean the food particles that are stuck between our teeth. Points to remember. Food keeps us healthy and strong. Food helps us to grow. It gives us energy to work and play. Food protects us from diseases. We must drink 8 glasses of water every day. Chapter 6. Safety Rules. You should always remember safety rules. You can always be safe if you know the safety rules at different places and follow them. Safety on the road. Always walk on the footpath. Cross the road only at the zebra crossing. If there is no zebra crossing, look to your right, then to your left, and again to your right. When the road is clear, cross the road. Cross the road only when the pedestrian light is green. The red light tells you to stop. Safety in the bus. While boarding a bus, always stand in a queue. Do not talk to the driver. Get up from your seat only when the bus reaches your stop. Do not get in or get off a moving bus. Do not take any part of your body out from the bus. Safety outside. Never play on the road. You may get hurt. Always play in a park, a playground, or a garden. Never ride a bicycle without holding the handle properly. Use a swimming tube if you are learning how to swim. Do not go alone for swimming. Safety at home. Keep your toys at their proper places. If you leave them on the floor, someone may trip and fall. Do not play with sharp tools like knives, pins, blades, scissors, and broken glasses. Never play with electric wires, fire, and electric appliances. Always play with your toys only. Do not touch electrical gadgets or switches with wet hands. Do not run on the stairs. Be kind and loving to your pets. First aid. What to do when you get hurt? Do not get scared if you get hurt. You must inform an elder person immediately. Your teachers at school or parents at home will always help you. They will give you first aid. First aid is the immediate help given to an injured person. If the need arises, they will take you to a hospital. Points to remember. We should always follow safety rules. Cross the road only at the zebra crossing. Do not get in or get off a moving bus. Be kind and loving to your pets. Chapter 1. Means of Communication. Means of communication help us to keep in touch with our near and dear ones. Let us know about the different means of communication in this chapter. Letters. There are different forms of letters like postcards, envelopes, inland letters, and aerograms. We can get them from a post office. Letters take 3 to 4 days to reach their addressees. People used to send urgent messages through telegrams, but this facility has now been discontinued only recently. In a telegram, messages were written very briefly. The telegram reached the addressee in a few hours. Once letters were the most common means of communication, but nowadays people avoid writing letters as they take too much time to reach the addressees. Telephone. Telephone is the quickest means of communication. Every telephone has a specific number. We have to dial that number for a personal talk. For other cities, we dial a subscriber trunk dialing STD code, and for other countries, we use international subscriber dialing ISD code before the receiver's mobile or telephone numbers. We can use a mobile phone to make and receive calls when we are on a journey. We can also send and receive messages by mobile phones. Mobile phones are easy to carry in our pockets. Mobile phones have brought a revolution in the field of communication. Television. Television has become the most popular means of communication. We not only hear the news but also see the picture of the person reading the news on the television. We can also watch live telecast programs on a television. Radio. A radio broadcasts news and other programs through the air. It sends news to a large number of people at a time. A person who does not know reading and writing can also hear and understand news on a radio. The radio also brings us many entertainment programs. Newspapers. Newspapers are the cheapest means of communication. They provide news in a printed form to a large number of people at a time. Computer. The latest means of communication is the computer. It has all the advantages of other means of communication. It can carry sound, picture as well as written text. Points to remember. Telephone is the quickest means of communication. Television is the most popular means of communication. Computer is the latest means of communication. Chapter 2. Means of transport. The different modes by which people can travel and move goods and from one place to another are called means of transport. Means of transportation are of three types: land transport, water transport, and air transport. Land transport. The most common vehicles that run on land are buses, trucks, motorcycles, bullock carts, tongas, bicycles, and trains. In villages, bullock carts or belgaris and tongas are pulled by animals. Camels, elephants, and mules are also used for transportation. These are very slow vehicles. Bicycles and cycle rickshaws cover short distances. They do not need fuel. Buses and cars cover long distances. They need fuel to run. Petrol, diesel, and CNG, compressed natural gas, are fuels. We should use public transport like buses or use a bicycle to cover short distances. This saves fuel. Water transport. Ships and boats are means of water transport. People travel from one country to another country by ships. Goods are also sent by ships. Water transportation is the least expensive of all the means of transportation. Boats cover short distances. Ships travel over long distances. Air transport. Means of transport that fly in air is called air transport. Air transport is used for long distances to transport people when they like to go to another city or another country. Aeroplanes and helicopters are the common means of air transport. An aeroplane has a fixed wing. A helicopter has a rotating wing called rotor. Helicopters are used for short distances and to reach remote places. Rockets are the fastest mode of air transport. Rockets travel into space. However, air transport is the most expensive means of transportation, though it is the quickest means to travel to any place. Points to remember. Buses, trucks, and auto rickshaws are examples of land transport. Camels, elephants, and mules also used for transportation. Ships and boats are means of water transport. A helicopter has a rotating wing called rotor. Chapter 3. Our Earth. Our Earth is a special planet. It has air, water, and land. Thus, life is possible only on this planet. The shape of the Earth is almost round. Physical features. Land covers only about 1/3 of the Earth's surface. We grow food and build houses on the land. There are different types of land. Hill. A high piece of land with a pointed top is called a hill. Hills are cooler than plains. Plain. A large area of flat land is called a plain. Plains are suitable for growing crops. Some plains are very fertile. Mountain. A very high hill is called a mountain. Often mountains are covered with snow. Some mountains have thick forests. Plateau. A high land with almost flat surface is called a plateau. It is also called a tableland. A plateau is not good for growing crops. Valley. A valley is a lowland between two hills or mountains. It often has a river flowing through it. The land of a valley is also very fertile. Desert. A desert is a large area of land thickly covered with sand. It has very little water and very few plants. Life is very tough in a desert. Island. A piece of land surrounded by water is called an island. An island has a pleasant weather. Water bodies. Water covers about 3/4 of the Earth's surface. There are small and big water bodies. Let's study about them. River. A river is a kind of channel through which water flows continuously. Rivers often flow down the mountains. River has two sides called its banks. Pond. A pond is a small pool of water. Rainwater collects in the pond. It usually dries in summer. Lake. A water body surrounded by land is called a lake. People enjoy boating in the lakes. Sea and ocean. A sea is a huge water body. An ocean is even bigger than a sea. Water of the sea and ocean is salty. We cannot use it. Points to remember. The earth is made up of land and water. Plain, plateau, hill, mountain, valley, island and forest are the main landforms. Pond, river, lake, sea and ocean are the main water bodies. Chapter 4. Directions and Time. The dog is in front of the man. The cat is behind him. The cow is on his right. The elephant is on his left. Here the words in front of, behind, right and left are sides. They help us to locate things in our surroundings. Directions. In the morning the sun rises in the east. It sets in the evening in the west. The words east and west are the names of directions. There are 4 main directions: east, west, north and south. Stand early in the morning facing the rising sun. Stretch both your arms as shown in the picture. Your face is towards the east. Your back is towards the west. Your right arm is towards the south. Your left arm is towards the north. The directions help us to locate things in the neighborhood, town or city. In which direction is your school from your house? Directions on a map. There are 4 directions. They help us to locate a place on a map. Look at the given map. The top of the map shows the north. The bottom of the map shows the south. The right of the map indicates the east. The left of the map indicates the west. All the maps have the same pattern of showing the directions. Time. The sun also helps us know the time. The time when the sun rises is called morning. We get up early in the morning. We take breakfast in the morning. We go to school in the morning. Slowly, the sun moves towards the west. When its rays fall directly on our head, we call it midday or noon. Then the sun seems to move downwards. The time just after the noon is called afternoon. We have lunch in the afternoon. Then the sun begins to set in the west. The time of the sunset is called evening. We go to the park in the evening. Soon it becomes dark. The moon and the stars appear in the sky. We call it night. We take our dinner at night. After dinner, we go to bed. Points to remember. There are 4 sides in all, in front of, back, right and left. There are 4 main directions: east, west, north and south. The sun helps us to find out the directions and the time. Chapter 5. Different Seasons. We are surrounded by air. The condition of air at a place and time with regard to temperature, wind and rain is called weather. Weather changes from place to place and time to time. When the weather remains constant for a long period of time, we call it a season. Seasons are mainly of 3 kinds: summer, winter and rainy. Summer season. The summer season starts from April and lasts till June. In this season, the sun is very hot during the day. Hot dry winds called lu blow during the daytime. The days are long and the nights are short. We wear light and loose cotton clothes. We use fans and coolers. We enjoy having cold drinks and ice creams. Winter season. The winter season starts from October and lasts till February. Cold winds blow during winters. The days are short and the nights are long. We wear woolen clothes to keep ourselves warm. We use room heaters and like to drink hot tea and coffee. Sometimes it snows on a very cold day in the hills. People enjoy the snowfall. Rainy season. The rainy season starts from July and lasts till September. There are dark clouds in the sky. Cool, wet winds called monsoons blow from the sea. These winds bring heavy rain. We use raincoats and umbrellas in the rainy season. Rivers and ponds fill up with water. The crops in the fields get water. The earth looks green again. Children enjoy the rains. They float paper boats. Do you like the rainy season? Spring season. Besides these seasons, there is also a short season called the spring. March is the month of spring. Spring is a very pleasant season. It brings happiness because it is neither too hot nor too cold. The trees are full of flowers and new leaves. Children like to go out on picnics. The spring season is also called the Queen of the Seasons. Points to remember. The condition of the air around the earth is called weather. Rainy season is also known as monsoon. The three main seasons in India are summer, rainy, and winter. Spring season is also called the Queen of the Seasons. Chapter 6. The Tale of the Wheel. The early man has to travel long distances on foot. There was no means of transport at that time. He had to carry his load on his back. With the passage of time, the early man made a sledge. The sledge was a cart without wheels. It could move on a smooth surface with ease. But it was difficult to pull it on a rough surface. So he tamed animals to pull these sledges over long distances. When the early man saw a log rolling down the hill, he got the idea of making a wheel. The first wheel must have been round logs of wood. Loads could be rolled along over several such round logs. The early man made wheels by cutting round pieces from a log. He made holes in the center of these round pieces. Then he fixed them to the sledges. In this way, the early man invented the wheel. The sledges with wheels could now be easily pulled or pushed to carry heavy loads. In course of time, the early man began to use wheels in all the carts. The wheeled cart could carry heavy load to long distances with speed. Thus, the wheel made traveling very easy. Gradually, the early man made light wheels. The story of wheels is still going on. Man is making wheels with different materials. Nowadays, almost all vehicles and machines move on wheels. In this way, the invention of the wheel was one of the most important inventions in the life of man. Points to remember. The early man would have got the idea of making a wheel from a round log rolling down a hill. The invention of the wheel made traveling very easy.